Okay, so I've been making YouTube videos for a minute now, and if you're here, my guess is that you're a coach and you're looking to start your online coaching business. And I've made a ton of videos on like how to start your coaching business, what kind of different systems do you need, what kind of strategy do you need. But I realized that I didn't make one very simple video, and that is how to get your first client on board. And I know you might be thinking like, okay, Ken, like it's been years since you had to get your first client. But in all honesty, the processes that I teach my clients on a day-to-day basis, I work with tons of coaches who are scaling from 0 to 10K months. I also work with a ton of coaches who are going from 10K months all the way up to 7 figures in their business. And this holds true. The way that you can get your first online client is actually really simple. And so I'm going to nail it down for you guys in less than a 10-minute video today. So if you are somebody who is just getting started in the online space, you know that you're someone who wants to make a big impact, you want to help clients, you want to serve some people, but you're like, how do I just get that first person? We're going to break it down into 5 simple steps that you need in order to bring your first client on board. So let's dive into it. So step number 1, the first thing I would look at is, what is something that somebody asks you about frequently that you can go and coach people on? You want to make sure that you're really, really clear on what the direct outcome is that you're going to get this person. Now, we could talk about the social media strategy behind this, but the first thing I want is for you internally just to feel really confident about the result that you can get somebody. So when you are going to help somebody else, I want you to think of like, what would your mission statement be? And when you create this mission statement, I want you to think of like, what's the direct currency? What's the metric, the outcome that you're going to get somebody? So let's say that you're an online fitness coach. If you're an online fitness coach, I would want you to have something along the lines of, I help women lose the last 10 pounds with less than 5 hours a week in the gym. If you have something that's more specific that your ideal client could resonate with, it's going to help people see, oh, this is the person for me. Like, I'm a busy woman. I don't have more than 5 hours a week to go to the gym. This is perfect. I'm looking to lose the last 10 pounds. Let's say you're a business coach, right? Maybe you put something like, I help clients add an additional $10,000 a month in revenue to their business in under 6 months without cold outreach. So you're basically giving somebody like, hey, this is what I help you with. This is the time frame in which we're going to do it. And you don't have to give up X, Y, and Z, or you don't have to do X, Y, and Z. The reason I love this is when you get really clear on who you help and how you help them, and then you add a metric to it, people want to self-identify. Okay, they're like, yep, that's me. That's what I'm looking for. So when you're online and you put the thing that you help someone with without the thing they have to give up or the thing that you're kind of against, it kind of shows a little bit more of who you are, the things you believe in, the things you don't believe in. And so people are going to be more attracted to working with you. So the first part is think about what you're really good at helping people with. Are your coworkers asking you about something? Do your friends ask you about something? That's the thing that you want to coach on. You want to find the direct outcome that you're going to give people. Now, the second part to this is we're going to take to social media. We're going to build a brand around what you do. When you think of a brand, I want you to think of like, what are the visuals? What's the persona, the personality? Like, I want people to come into your world and they just understand the vibe, the energy. It is 2024 as I make this video. Trust is at an all-time low. People are wanting to invest in people that they can trust. And so in order for people to trust you, you need to both attract the right kind of people, but you also need to repel the people that you don't want to work with. So when you're hopping on social media, choose whatever platform that your ideal client is probably going to be on, right? If you work with older women who are moms, go to Facebook. If you work with people who are a little bit younger, who are in corporate, go to TikTok or Instagram, right? My favorite platform personally is Instagram. Most of my clients do come from Instagram or here on YouTube, which I will say I absolutely freaking love being on YouTube. By the way, if you're here, let me know, what is your favorite platform? I know you're obviously watching this here on YouTube, but I'd be curious to see if you know where your ideal client sits or where you spend the most time. So you want to build a brand, you want to build a persona. This is going to be, think about like, is she shopping at Lulu? Is she shopping at Target? Is she shopping at Dior? Like, what's the vibe? What are the things that you're talking about? That's what's going to attract somebody. You also want to make it visually appealing. So have consistency, your brand across the board. When you're posting on social media, one of the best things you can do is have consistency. Like, what's the color scheme, the aesthetic that people are going to be attracted to. So it kind of is that sticky messaging. And brand isn't just the visual appeal, it's also the vibe and the feeling. So show up as yourself, be authentic, go post things that show your personality that aren't just like you sitting and doing a sit down talk where you sound monotone as fuck and people are like, why would I want to work with this person? Okay, now the third part to this is I want you to put content on that social media platform and I want you to do 3 different things. 1, I want you to have content pillars, and you're going to have 3 different types of content pillars. What I mean by this is that every time you post, your post should fall within these 3 different types of content pillars. The first one is I want you to have some kind of go-to sticky content. These are pieces of content that are savable. So for example, if you're like a pelvic floor specialist, maybe you put out pieces of content where you show women specific exercises to improve their pelvic floor. If you are a reverse dieting coach, maybe you have specific macro recipes that people can save or people can share. Think about like the thing that someone would come to your page for, right? A lot of people come to my page on Instagram because they want tips on how to sell, how to create different pieces of content, and how to better support their clients. I have tons of pieces of content on my page that you could save and that you can come back to later and just reuse in the future. So think about like what could someone do to come to your page, but then also like stick with the content on your page, save it, download it, make yourself the go-to. This is also a really great idea for if you're really trying to build a brand to become the go-to for something. So the first content pillar is you creating some kind of content that people can save. The second piece of content is going to be some trust and authority building content. This is you giving your audience some kind of education and telling them how you're going to help them get results. This can be through your own results. This can be through social proof that you've gotten people. This can be from you teaching people the different frameworks or mechanisms that you use to help them get results. This helps them see into your world and see, hey, this person actually knows their shit. They know what they're talking about. I'm going to invest in this person. Okay. And then the third content pillar is going to be an ounce of storytelling. Okay. I want you to tell stories. Stories are what sell. People are like so over the whole, like, go do this, only education, right? Like you'll have pieces of content. For example, this video is more of like a sit down talk, go do this shit, go make money, go make sales, go get your first client. But you're also going to want to integrate some pieces of content that show more of who you are, show more of how you've overcome a specific things that maybe your ideal client is also struggling with or that they want to overcome. And also with these three content pillars, post consistently. Rotate through these three different types of content pillars. When you understand your ideal client and what you're helping them with, it's really easy for you to create content. Now, if you're struggling with this, I have an awesome free resource. It's called Content That Converts. I'll put it down in the show note for you guys below. You guys can download it. It's a 3-day masterclass. I teach you the different ways that you can use content pillars to actually portray what you do online and have more people want to buy into you. Okay, number 4. We're moving through these bad boys pretty quickly. Number 4 is all about getting in the room and building connections. What I mean by this is if you can put yourself in front of more people that you would want to serve or get connected to more people that could connect you to who you want to serve, this is going to go a really long way in your business. I know a lot of people talk about doing outreach, reaching out to people. The best thing you can do is really just create genuine connections and genuine relationships with your people. Like, no, don't go and like send cold DMs to a bunch of people that you don't know. Okay. You probably have people in your audience already if you're on social media that probably want to work with you. These can be people from college, high school, friends, coworkers, family members, friends. Now, I don't recommend doing the whole friends and family thing for free to start off, but I do recommend that you reach out to people and just start telling people about what you're doing. The more that you can connect to people and just build genuine relationships with them, and you start using those content pillars, more people are going to be likely to want to work with you. And 5, last but not least, pitch. Go pitch your shit. If you are somebody who wants to get your first client, hop on your social media, go on your Instagram story, talk on your Facebook, let people know that you're taking clients on and let them know about that currency we talked about in number 1, right? Go tell them, hey, I'm helping women who want to lose the last 10 pounds, that stubborn belly fat. And maybe you're someone who's busy, you don't want to spend hours a week in the gym. I'm looking to bring on my first round of beta clients. I'm taking 3 people at a lower rate for my first 3 clients. If you're interested, just shoot me a DM. And we'll go from there, hop on a call, okay? That's the easiest way to just start getting people on your roster. And when you get the first person on, you start to build momentum. And once you start helping them, they give you feedback. That feedback loop becomes a way for you to improve your program and your processes. So you just keep getting better over time. And then you start signing more clients because now you have social proof, you're building up your offer, and it's way, way easier, okay? So it's really not that hard and it's really not that simple. I know I made it in these 5 steps, right? It seems super simple. That's because it really is, but it does take consistency. You might start building up your socials. You might start doing these content pillars. You might start pitching on your stories, and maybe you get crickets the first time. That's okay. Keep freaking going, okay? Just because you do it the first time and people don't respond, it doesn't mean that people don't want to work with you. You have to be really, really consistent in your efforts in trying to build your coaching business. So I hope that this video helped you. I love you guys so much. Let me know if you guys try this out and if you get your first client on board. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video.